We're on.
All right, good morning. We're on the record in case number D20617. I've got to go in here because I've lost a number in this case. 617313C, Simpson versus Maxwell. Appearances, please, beginning with Mr. Melgar.
Good morning, Your Honor. Oliver Melgar, 10146, appearing unbundled for the plaintiff Gregory Simpson, who is present through Blue Jeans.
Thank you and welcome. Okay, Miss Sick, you don't look like Mr. Leventhal, but I'll take you today.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Lisa Zick, 11726. I will be appearing on behalf of Mr. Leventhal in this case, in his absence.
Okay.
He's out of the jurisdiction.
All right. I've looked over this, and I've got this little nagging suspicion here. I don't think I've ever seen someone positive for meth on every single patch that she has put on her arm. Usually there's some sort of negative, at least 1 week or something.
And Your Honor, I think that was part of the basis of Mr. Leventhal's underlying motion, but I don't know if the court saw, and it may not have been the appropriate form to file. We filed a notice to withdraw,
I saw that.
and essentially, because of Kristen had a C-section yesterday.
How is she doing?
I believe she's doing okay. I haven't actually spoken to her, but I know that Mr. Leventhal's office has been in regular contact with her and her mother.
Okay.
So I think it would be appropriate if we could renotice or reset this matter for 30 or 45 days down the line to give her opportunity.
Here's what I want, because I've looked a little bit into all of this, and there, you got she says that she's taken metformin and one other drug.
Yes.
I've not had the opportunity to check into it, but there are some drugs out there that will give a false positive. So I'm going to want Mr. Leventhal to do the research. Now, when it comes to cross-contamination and things like that, no. I'm not going to buy that one, because they do too many drug tests for too many other people, and it comes up positive or negative and stuff like that. But I will entertain if she can provide proof that she has taken a drug that is known to show a false positive. I'm going to be looking at that. Plus, she just had a baby, so is CPS involved, or did the baby test positive for meth? I mean, this is something that's going to go a long way at telling us if maybe these have been false positives and we have been too quick to say that this has happened. I don't know her.
My best guess is that CPS is not involved, because that is something that we essentially counseled on based on the options patches. We prepared her for that, and she was instructed to contact either myself or Mr. Leventhal's office immediately if CPS was present at the time of the birth of the child. And to the best of my knowledge, that has not occurred. I will follow up on that today.
Follow up on it, because, if CPS isn't involved, that's a big hint right there that something else is going on.
I agree.
And I am, it horrifies me to think that I may have been cheating this woman out of this time with her child, based on some other medication that she needs to stay healthy. So, please do the research, or see if you can find something. And I know Adderall is one of those that can cause false positives, but she's not taking anything close to Adderall. So, that cuts that one out. But
I will. And Your Honor, Mr. Leventhal is out of the jurisdiction, I believe, for the next 6 weeks. He has tagged me in like an of-counsel situation.
Okay.
So I will be making the next, I'm not sure how many appearances, and I've had contact with Kristen and her mom. They are aware that I'll be stepping in for him. So I will step into the role and take on that duty of doing research and working with his office to make sure we get the court whatever it is Your Honor is requesting.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Mr. Simpson, you know this woman. You know this woman better than I will ever know her. Is this a possibility that we may be saying that, are we cheating her out of time with this child that we shouldn't be cheating her out of?
I'm not going to say that. We both have history of drugs. Yeah. So I've been clean for over 10 years now.
Okay.
And meth was the drug of choice.
All right. Well, you know her. This sometimes we have to sit there and really pay attention. And I'm not downplaying the seriousness of meth. I'm not downplaying it at all. It's serious. It's hard to kick. It's so I know it's a problem once you're on it. It's a problem, but I just got to make sure that we're not going too far the other way on this case.
Yes, Your Honor. Additionally, can I pipe in really fast?
Well, I haven't got to hear from you the last couple of hearings here.
I know, right? So I think Ms. Sink and yourself is correct. Whenever a child is born, they do run those tests, and if those tests do come back positive, then they do notify CPS. I don't know how long that takes typically. But then my client also wanted to address just one small issue with the visitation. On Wednesdays, he's looking to change maybe the Saturday from 12 to 4 to Wednesday from after school or 3 to 7. The reason why is because of gymnastics is becoming hard for him to take her while he's at work. So instead of having a Saturday from 12 to 4, she could have a Wednesday from 3 to 7, and then that kind of gives her time in the middle of the week and at the end of the week as well.
Your Honor, I'm not prepared to comment on that at all, because that's part of why we asked to take this matter off calendar, is because Kristen couldn't be here. And also, I don't know, I understand that her mother is acting as a supervisor. I don't know if grandma is available at the times that are being proposed.
Yeah, let's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the two attorneys right now to search into that just a little bit to see if it is something that we can do. I mean, work is work. I mean, if he can't take the time off to make sure that the child is there, we may have to figure out something else.
Oliver, what is the times that you were proposing again?
So she has Saturday from 12 to 4. So instead of that Saturday, it just moves to Wednesday from after school until 7. So she still gets that 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's just on the Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, if grandma's available to pick him up after school, or pick her up, sorry about that. If grandma's available to pick her up after school, then we could work that in and give her those 4 hours there.
Is Wednesday the only day of the week that works for your client, or if there was another weekday
Wednesday
that works?
is the only day she does the gymnastics. That's why.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
I can reach out and then let you know.
Okay, and then you could contact Greg directly as well if that faster after the hearing.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so how much time do we need to set this out now?
Your Honor, I think it'd be appropriate if we went out about 30 or 45 days, whatever the court's calendar is in that time frame. I think just a short continuance would be appropriate, but it will allow her time to heal and recover from she had a C-section.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's usually 45 days because she's still gonna feel it in 30 days.
And Your Honor, my understanding is that I do believe there were, I think she's still on the patch subject to the order. Grandma did ask me to let the court know that I guess morphine is something that's administered during a C-section. I don't know, I've never had a baby, so I think there's going to be some opioid present, at least on this patch immediately following the C-section.
Just let him know that this is happening. We've got to try to figure out a way here to alleviate some of the costs that Mom's going through. I mean,
sure.
Because I know this is expensive, so I want y'all to, put your thoughts together and what's something else that we can do to try to monitor this situation. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, additionally, we're just playing devil's advocate here, saying that it is testing positive for drugs. This is costing my client.
I know, because he's having to pay you.
Is there any way we could set a trial date on this? Tentatively set it out till next year, but at least we have a trial date that we're towards.
Well, I mean, Your Honor, is he asking to set a trial date on the custodial issue, or are we asking to set a trial date because I think we still have to address the options issue first?
Yeah, this is, they're wanting to set a trial date. Let me put it to you this way. As long as Mom has a drug addiction, that is a medical problem, and I would never strive to permanently change custody due to a medical problem. It would be almost like, you got knocked in the head and you're unconscious for the next 9 months. And unable to do your parenting time. So, we would only work under temporary orders on that. So as long as it's a possible medical problem, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to go to a permanent order unless we just cannot show anything except for mom refuses to stop using drugs. So we will revisit that when we come back in 45 days. If they're not able to show me that she's using these medications that is causing this situation, and I would have no problems with changing and taking a patch program or something to a different site, but it's going to be something that we need to monitor along the same grounds as Options does.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
So bring me back different options that we can sit here and think about and try to figure it out. And if possible, give it to Mr. Simpson so he can give it to Mr. Melgar a couple of weeks in advance so that Mr. Melgar has some arguments on it. We can't just surprise him with this stuff. Okay?
Sure.
All right. When's our next one?
October 13th at 1:30.
Okay, October 13th at 1:30 is as soon as we've got.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.